Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Ken the Guru, and I got my boy with me.
Yeah, your boy Mully Mizzle, the most official.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look, man, since I had him in the building, man, I had to. It's only right that I asked him these questions. You know what I'm saying? Since he already did a topic on Ruiz, and Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
So, based on the speculation that's going around, Andy Ruiz losing a lot of weight. They said that it's detrimental to him to lose weight at such caliber of fight. So, what's your opinion on that, man? What you think? You think that's gonna mess up the possibility of him winning as being a trainer?
I can understand how someone could come to that conclusion, just like I could understand how someone could, based off appearance, draw the conclusion the first time that Anthony Joshua was in better shape. Now, as somebody who does personal training and understands functional training on a high level, as someone who is an athlete himself, I understand that the thing that people didn't factor in on the first fight is that just because you aesthetically look like you're stronger than somebody doesn't actually mean you're functionally stronger than somebody. I think that Ruiz actually was in better shape in the first fight. He just has a different diet. His diet isn't as good as Anthony Joshua, so their appearance is different. So what happened, and then also he's a better technical fighter than Anthony Joshua. So, all right, to answer the question of now, will the weight loss be a factor? All right, so I think he's lost maybe like 20 pounds for this fight and turned it into muscle. Now the question is, does the force behind his punches get better? Is it more force behind his punches, or is it less force behind his punches? Because that's what Anthony Joshua's chin gonna have to deal with, like he did in the first fight. The question was not the aesthetics of the aesthetics proved that the dude that everybody thought was the fat guy knocked the chiseled guy out. Now in this fight, you figure he already has the hand speed. The punching speed over him off the top. He has the better technical fighting style. He was more aggressive, kept him on the defensive more than any fight that he's been in that I've seen Anthony Joshua in. I believe personally that him being in better shape will make him faster, will make him able to do some of the things that he already does even better and quicker, as far as counter punching, when he gets him in trouble, be able to hit him harder. And if he turns that, what someone would consider, if he's able to develop it into more muscle, more power behind those punches with a little less weight, the force behind the punches, that's going to be the key. If it equates into more force behind the punches, it's not a definite as far as the weight that it's going to take off force from his punch. Because you can lose weight and get stronger. Like say for instance, you can lose weight and your bench press go up, or you can lose weight or actually have more force that you able to give off.
Yeah, man. It just, to me, I think that Andy Ruiz can win, and I'm not even hedging my bet, but I'm just going off of what I believe should have happened in the first fight. Now, if Anthony Joshua uses his jab and keeps him at bay length, I think he wins the fight easy. But here's the thing. Anthony Joshua has shown that he don't really have the mental toughness. So I seen, far as within the transition and some of the stuff that was speculated, that was being said by Andy Ruiz, of him wanting to have a body like Anthony Joshua and stuff like that. And so basically what it looks like to me is that he's succumbing to the pressure and only want to lose weight because of, the things that were said by him. So to me, that just spells also a weak mind. You know what I'm saying? That a person want to lose weight or physique that they had mainly all their whole career for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that, it depends on his mentality. If he has the right mentality, being Andy Ruiz, I think he wins easy. But if he don't, I think Anthony Joshua wins easy because Anthony Joshua, like I said, as you mentioned before, he has the look. You know what I'm saying? That people want or think that. You know what I'm saying? He should have, or he's the.
He looks like the more physically dominant athlete.
Yes, but he's not there mentally, and so basically, what I seen from Andy Ruiz was that possibility of weakness. Now, you know what I'm saying, and that's the only reason why I actually chose Anthony Joshua. That's actually why I'm only giving Anthony Joshua a chance in general.
Well, all right. So here's the flip side of as far as the mental, where his mind is at. Maybe he sees this as maybe in his life he said, you know what? I'm not really going to focus on diet my whole life. Technically, because I've been fighting since I was about 6 years old, as far as off my technical skills alone, I feel like I'm a more technical fighter where I could just beat anybody. Maybe at this point in his life, similar to how Evander Holyfield did when he got with a bodybuilder and he wanted to take his career to the next level as far as his incorporating his strength to use towards boxing. Maybe Ruiz is doing something which actually, maybe it's harder to be disciplined and eat right. And mentally, that he's practicing a discipline that he's never done his whole life, which to me equates to, as a person who's been vegan for 5 years and understands that the average person can't have that discipline to eat a diet that's just nutrient dense and not just about taste. Mm-hmm. That he's using a discipline, he's in a space mentally that if he hasn't been able to do that his whole life, then all of a sudden he feels like it's important enough to do something that will essentially add years to his life, make him more healthier, and give him more dense nutrients versus just eating whatever.
But do you think it's the shaming that actually caused it?
I don't.
The body shaming.
Sometimes I don't know why. I can't answer that question.
Yeah.
All I can look is what's actually happening. So if what I know is happening is he's in better, he's had a better diet because it shows in his in his physique, that his diet. I think just like, all right, say, because as far as strength, if you look at a strongman competition, sometimes you see the guy who wins is the guy who look like he got the big belly. He's not the most aesthetically fit, the guy that you would pick just looking at the lineup.
Fact.
And that's because that person that might win the strongman competition diet-wise, nutrition-wise, doesn't have a diet that shows his muscle on the same level that a person with a better more nutrition has a better diet, has less toxins in their diet, which shows their muscles, where their muscles show.
Yeah, so I just think that if he able to translate his power, that he can definitely win.
Yeah.
Because everybody know that Anthony Joshua been pretty chinny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he's been knocked down by Klitschko.
Yeah.
It's a lot of speculation about him getting knocked down or knocked out in sparring, which is baffling to me because they wear heavier gloves and it's more pad in them. You know what I'm saying? Right. So after this fight, so you think that Andy Ruiz is going to win?
I believe that, in my opinion, I believe either fighter, we've already seen that either fighter could knock the other fighter out. Mm-hmm. I just believe that, from my assessment of the first fight, that Andy Ruiz proved that he could take, he got hit, he got knocked down, then when he got back up, he got rocked. Ate the punch. He had like a couple punches that hit him that would have probably knocked the average guy out, especially after being in that position of just being knocked down. Mm-hmm. He not only ate the punch, but he was willing to exchange, let his guard down a little bit more, and exchange, turned the tide. And when we saw that he could take Joshua's best punch after the knockdown, we saw that on the flip side, that after getting knocked down 4 times, not only was Joshua not able to take Ruiz's best punch, but he didn't even want to fight no more after taking Ruiz's best punch, nor did he know what happened to him in the fight. Mm-hmm. He looked so confused that it was more or less like, I don't even know what happened to me. You know, he just looked so out of it and confused that I just felt like Ruiz, from a technical standpoint, from a heart standpoint, from an experience standpoint, you know, all that came into factor. And then the styles, like how they say styles make fight. Mm-hmm. I think Ruiz's style is just a style that he wasn't. Yeah, he thought that the jab, but everybody thought that about Tyson. And if you look at Ruiz's fight, he's questionably undefeated, never lost a fight. Because even the one they said he lost, he really beat that boy in his own land.
Joseph Parker.
He beat Joseph Parker too, in my opinion. And when he fought, this wasn't everybody say greatest upset like Buster Douglas. The difference between this and Buster Douglas is that, yeah, Buster Douglas got that knockout where after Tyson probably not taking him serious and it went the long distance, and after Tyson had already knocked him out, you know, the fight, it turned into an endurance thing, him probably, you know, a training factor. This was Ruiz not knocking him down once, but 4 times against a person who hasn't been knocked down that many times in his whole career. So against Klitschko, he proved that after being knocked down, he had a heart enough to get up and fight a champion. Mm-hmm. I just believe that Ruiz, as Evander Holyfield has said in the past, just has some of the fast. He said they the fastest hands, arguably the fastest hands he's ever seen in a sparring match. This is Evander Holyfield. Mm-hmm. And you know, Evander Holyfield was boxing a younger champion Holyfield.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he has what it takes, you know. And here's the thing. That's why I always say speculation, because we don't really fully know, because we're not there with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to get media bias from us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to tell it how it is. And then on the flip side, how damaging can it be that Anthony Joshua lost all that weight?
Right. Yeah. We don't know. That's the part about. It's not a definite. It's not a definite who gonna be who, because either one on any given night could beat the other if, you know, the stars align the right way and they do what they supposed to do. And with the power that they hitting with, you get hit the wrong way with the right punch. You know, get hit the right way with the right punch. You going down.
Going down. You going down today, boy.
Yeah, you going down today, boy. But it's one of those things where I just believe, based off of what has been proven thus far, that didn't look like a fluke. That didn't look like a Buster Douglas. That didn't look like any questionable one-punch knockout. It will never happen again.
Yeah, it happened 4 times.
4 times he controlled the fight. And if people's only reason is that he's eating better, and you said this to a vegan who's lost weight and gotten stronger, and dominated in sports that, you know, people told me losing the weight or me not having I won't get enough protein by eating better. If that is your only reason why he's going to lose, I need more than that. Right. I need more than that. This guy is in better shape and eating better and lost 20 pounds and put on muscle and looks the best he ever looked in his life. That's the reason he's going to lose. After you telling me he was going to lose when he was a fat boy, when he was out of shape, to this guy. Now you're telling me that he's in better shape, that he's going to lose to this guy as the same boxer. Mm-hmm. He's not the different boxer. He's the same boxer in better shape. Mm-hmm. So he arguably could have more force behind his punches based off of having a better conditioning plan and a better. And then you figure, I believe that honestly, everyone thinks that mentally, I think both of them are going to train hard and be ready for this fight. I really think it's going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, look, man, make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah.
You know, because it's definitely one for the book.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, much love to both of those guys, man. I believe that Anthony Joshua starting late in life to get to this point. You know, I don't know what they say he started 20s or late teens.
Yeah,
you know?
I think they're about 25.
Yeah.
I think about almost 30 now.
Yeah, almost 30. So he's been boxing, you know, not as long as Ruiz. And then Ruiz proving that hard work and consistency pays, even when politics doesn't work in your favor and you're not the likely candidate to be the champion or the hero. That hard work pays. You know, kudos to both of those fighters. They're both champions in their own way for what they've overcome to get to this point. But in my opinion, far as what has been shown to me, watching their fights, experience, and even watching them match up, styles, counter punching, work in the ring, experience, and ability to withstand the best punch from the other person. Right now, I gotta go with Ruiz.
Okay. So me, I'm hedging my bet because it depends on what I actually stated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that Anthony Joshua by default because like when you look at Lennox Lewis, the reason he was able to beat Mike Tyson so easy is because he kept using that jab, utilizing the jab, and kept him at bay's length. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. If he's able to do that, I think he wins easy. But you got a fearless, you know what I'm saying, hungry person who basically understand that through victory, you know what I'm saying, comes a lot more money, a lot more recognition. Right. You know what I'm saying? He able to get more roses, and he get the respect that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? And he get that name. And then not only that, he get the boogeyman, Wilder, Cinco de Mayo,
big bomb,
mega fight.
Till this day.
Tune in.
Till this day.
Till this date. You know what I'm saying? You get that man. And then you really get to see what you can do.
You really get to see what y'all.
Because now, not only do you get to meet the hardest hitting man who probably put on gloves, right. But you get to really test, you know what I'm saying, your mental versus his mental. Because we already know that Deontay Wilder, if nothing else, the man is very strong mentally. You know what I'm saying? So,
I believe that. Wilder's a different animal, man. He can adjust to any style. He knows how to use his reach. His power is crazy. You can tell his conditioning is crazy. And he's another example of just being fit. Just look at his frame.